When rendering animations in 3ds Max, you need to be concerned with the same topics that you did for rendering still images. The resolution that you render is important, but there are some differences that we'll see later in the details. Usually, you're going to be working with a lower resolution if you're going out to the web. 320 by 240 or 640 by 480 are good for web delivery of animated files. You really need to take into consideration that there are many computers that might be viewing your video that are unable to play back a very large resolution animation. For DVDs, or for websites that offer very fast streaming, you can work with a higher resolution. A standard DVD is a resolution of 720 by 480 pixels. This is now considered a mid-level resolution. It's not small like you would use on a web page, although there are many websites now that can take standard DVD content and stream it. But it's not as large as the HDTV or film resolutions. Standard HDTV resolutions are 720p, which is a 1280 by 720 pixel resolution image, and 1080i or 1080p, which are 1920 by 1080 pixel resolution images. Film resolution can be much higher than the HDTV resolution, going as high as 4096 pixels wide depending on the format of the film you're rendering for. The file types can be a bit different as well. However, if you're doing standard animation production and you don't need to go out to a special format for compositing, I recommend using the PNG file format. If you're wondering how that can be used, you just said PNG was for still images. If we use the PNG format, we're able to save to a sequence of images. The biggest benefit of rendering to a sequence of images is that if our animation rendering quits for any reason, the power goes off or the computer freezes, we can continue rendering from the last completed frame. This is the preferred method of rendering for most animation production houses. Another file format that is common to the animation industry is the Targa file format or TGA format. This image format, like the PNG, has the ability to do lossless compression and contains an alpha channel. While this format is still in wide use, many animators have chosen to move to the PNG format because it does offer a smaller file size. However, the Targa format is still an extremely useful format. The common delivery method of final finished animation, or even test renders, could be either an AVI file format or the QuickTime MOV file format. Creating these files is not necessarily a simple process. Saving out to this format can require quite a bit of testing in order to get the right quality with the right file size.